Good Monday, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com. Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube providing premium meteorology and superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith, and this is the daily video forecast discussion for this Monday, the 11th of May, 2020. Hope everybody had a beautiful and blessed Mother's Day yesterday, because it was fantastic to be outside and, getting some fresh air out there. What is this, week 9 already? Anyway, today won't be like yesterday, but we've got some good points coming up for the week ahead and some trouble times as well for the weekend again. Alrighty, we'll start out with the current temperatures this morning as of 8 o'clock across the New Jersey regional area from NewJerseyWeatherNetwork.com. Temperatures this morning are in the low 40s here in Sussex County and Warren County as well, and parts of Pennsylvania as well. And temperatures are in the mid and upper 40s to around 50, 55 degrees here as we head to the coastal areas this morning. The dew points are coming up too. It means we have lots of clouds around the area. The dew points this morning are in the upper 30s to low and mid 40s, so that makes the relative humidity on a little higher side here, generally running in the 70 to 90% bracket, 90% bracket here. If we looked at the wind speeds this morning, they're pretty light out of the southwest and west at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And they'll be increasing during the afternoon as the insolation of the day gets going. Even though you're thinking that it's not going to be completely sunny, there will be a mixture of cumulus clouds and warm air advection working in advance of a trough, a cold front, and a secondary cold front coming in. Right now, when we look at the wind gusts, they're very light across northwestern New Jersey, but they're a little breezy here in the south. And if we look, the reason why that might be occurring is there are breaks of clouds here across southeastern Pennsylvania and southwestern New Jersey, and we've got a stream of clouds coming into the region for the next few hours into this afternoon and this evening. And then we got other things to talk about again, like frost and freeze warnings. Yeah, we do. One thing I did not do is talk about the minimums this morning. They were in the 30s across north Sussex County, Sandyston at 36, 33 in Walpack, and 42 for a change at High Point. Other temperatures in Warren County were 35 at Pequest and 37 at Hackettstown. Temperatures around Parsippany, 42 this morning for a low, and up there at Charlottesburg here on the corner here in northern Morris County at about 39 degrees. So temperatures were definitely chilly this morning, even through central New Jersey, Hillsborough at 36, 39 degrees at Hillsborough Township and Hillsborough Duke. 34 degrees at Hopeville, or Hopewell actually, and then of course the temperatures were just much warmer than that down around West Cape May at 52 for a minimum this morning. Checking in with our good friends at the National Weather Service office in Mount Holly, we have a freeze warning here in Sussex County and northeastern Pennsylvania, the Poconos, and north of that. Everywhere else, Warren County, Morris County, and southwest of this, we have a frost advisory for tonight into tomorrow morning. And, well, we've got rain overspreading the region this morning. We'll get right to it. And as we normally do, we'll start out with the low-level water vapor imagery this morning. Plenty of lifting here on southwest winds, ahead of this cold front in here, a secondary cold front in here. Look at all this dry, sinking air across western Pennsylvania down through the Virginias. So, we've got some rain on the way for today, some scattered rain showers, and even a rumble of thunder is possible anywhere here from New York down to Philly during the afternoon and evening hours as this cold pool, this upper level low here, begins to spin around into the Great Lakes and then out into the northeast it goes, and some cold air is coming in behind this as a series of cold fronts come through, and then eventually high pressure across this region here with all this dry sinking air here across Florida. Look at all this lifting here that's going on and exiting southern Florida over the last 24 hours. There's a lot of showers and cooler air here, and now all this dry sinking air is in place across the southeastern states and Florida. And we've got a lot of energy coming into the west coast here, Washington and Oregon, California here. It's not really showing up with any moisture like upglide precipitation here, but there's a new, warm air advective precipitation band coming in through Colorado and New Mexico and I got lots of things going on here in both branches here, but most of this is a Pacific Western east flow across the country. If we took a look at the composite radar, and we can do that now. Composite radar, hello, come on up. Here we go. It's going to come up. It's going to come up. Okay, so here's our upglide precipitation. Just trying to show up here. Okay, so we have some rain showers and thunderstorms, not thunder, but heavier bouts of rain moving off the coast now, and some more rain lifting up here ahead of this cold front across the northeastern United States. And showers and thunderstorms here across the plain states. That looks good. A little bit of upglide here across California. Here's our new system starting to get ready to get onto the coast of the Pacific Northwest. Honing in on the New Jersey, New York, Connecticut to Philadelphia I-95 corridor. Notice the shower activity has exited the coast of southern New Jersey, which was there just about an hour or two ago. And we've got mid and upper level cloud decks here. This looks like a little bit of convection here with warm air advection building in. And then these cloud tops here are showing to me that the atmosphere is going to dry out temporarily a little bit in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere before this cold front comes through. So there could be some spotty showers. Some of them could contain a little bit of hail, maybe even a little bit of lightning, maybe even a brief low top thunderstorm this afternoon before all of this clears off the coast. Storm Prediction Center's mesoscale analysis using the RAP model this morning. Here's a prefrontal trough here, exiting off the New Jersey coast and the Delaware waters here out into the Atlantic. Small ridge building in across central and southern New Jersey at this moment. And here comes the low pressure area across the New York State here, and a cold front with a trough axis digging out through here. So the winds have been to the southwest here, and they're now moving into the west here as this first front or trough axis moves off the coast. The main cold front is in here, and you know, outside of that, everything is just going to exit over the next couple of hours. If we looked over the current situation as we go forward here, here's the low moving through the northeastern New Jersey area, and also try to move this back here. Problems with the mouse here. Here's the first trough that moves off, and then the low pressure area moving through New York, Connecticut, New York City, Long Island area, and then the winds become west. And that transitions to, with the secondary cold front coming through, we could have some isolated pop-up showers and thunderstorms around the region during this afternoon. Mid-level lapse rates from 10,000 feet up to about 30,000 feet or so in the atmosphere. This is what the temperatures look like by feet. So, you know, if we're dealing with 7.5 degrees Celsius per 1,000 feet here in the upper levels of the atmosphere, the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, this is very unstable air for this afternoon. And if we looked at oh my God. Okay, I don't know if that actually showed up or not because we're having problems with the mouse here. This is the mid and upper level Celsius per 1,000 feet here lapse rates. So anything over 5 is conditionally unstable, and we're in a large swath here in the upper levels of the atmosphere, the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. If we took a look at the lower layers of the atmosphere, it's marginally unstable here right now, but that's going to change. It's very unstable here across Pennsylvania. And if we looked into the next couple of hours here, it's going to be quite unstable. You know, in northwestern New Jersey down through Delaware, we're approaching 8.5, 9 degrees Celsius per 1,000 feet. This means the air is going to be quite lifted, and there's going to be the potential for some of these showers and even isolated thunderstorms to produce brief heavy downpours and some small hail, and we'll get into that in a moment. But this looks very interesting to me. Yes, it does. This looks very unstable to me across the entire forecast region for this afternoon. Other things in the mesoscale I want to take a look at right now is the precipitable water values, and they're generally less than an inch. So we're not expecting, you know, widespread rain, but we're expecting scattered showers, and some of these showers and thunderstorms could be capable of producing brief heavy downpours and some lightning across the region. Another thing I want to look at now is the cold front, which is back in through here, through Pennsylvania and western New York. Trough access just to the east of this, leading into uprising of showers across central and coastal New Jersey at this hour. This is a very unstable atmosphere in here, with the wind vectors out of the west and the cold front back in through here. So we know that we're in for some definite shower and thunderstorm activity. We looked at the precipitable water values. I wanted to get into the hail parameters here. It's not going to show the forecast going forward, but you know, we've got some CAPE. Let's do hail parameters here. So it's forecasting, you know, the possibility of having hail in any of these storms would be the CAPE values, which would be in -10 to -30 Celsius, 0 to 6 kilometer wind vectors. And, you know, this is what it looks like now, but this area in here looks unstable to me until this comes through, until the cold front comes through. So there could be some small hail and elevated thunderstorms in any of these downpours later this afternoon, and yeah, during this afternoon. Yeah. Looking at the current hour's lifted index here, it looks like, you know, this could get into northwestern New Jersey, the Poconos here in the next couple of hours, but, you know, the air and the lifted index here is most unstable as you head into the Delmarva, southern New Jersey here, and Virginia, into the tidal waters here of the Chesapeake during this afternoon. Overlaying this with the convective outlook for today, there is a chance of hail. Well, chance of, you know, convective outlook for marginal chance of thunderstorms here across southern New England as the low progresses to the east coast. Less of a chance across northwestern New Jersey, but still cannot be ruled out. And also there is a slight chance or marginal risk here across the plains into the Colorado Rockies for today, and across southern Florida, which is ongoing now and getting out of here. And of course the national fire danger for today, isolated thermals and dry thunderstorms here across the desert southwest into the Colorado Rockies, elevated to critical fire danger here across portions of Idaho and northern Arizona into Nevada, where it becomes critical in the southeastern portions, elevated and dry thunderstorms just to the north of that. Got to get off the soapbox that I'm on this morning with allergies and everything else, and let's take a look at the 2-meter temperatures across the contiguous United States, where it warmed yesterday very nicely across the south, and it cooled to the north and east. And if we stop this all the way this morning, temperatures are in the 50s right now in northern New Jersey. They're in the upper 40s across northwestern New Jersey and the Poconos, and there's cold air coming in right behind it. 24-hour temperature change. We're not going to do animation. It warmed up in the last 24 hours here across the northeast and the southern mid-Atlantic here into the southeast. It cooled down a little bit in Florida, warmed up across the plains, especially the Colorado Rockies, a cool down in California, but especially in southern areas of Canada here into the Ohio River Valley and the central Midwest here, where it cooled down quite substantially as all this cold air advection, 1 round and 2 rounds coming through the area. National weather hazards this morning, frost advisories here into New York and southern New England here across Massachusetts and northern Connecticut, northwestern Connecticut, and central Adirondacks here. Freeze warnings here from western New York all the way into northwestern New Jersey, the Poconos, and there's some frost advisories here to the south of this area for tonight and tomorrow morning. And you know what? It could be done again tomorrow night as well, but they don't want to confuse the forecast right now with tonight's atmosphere for tonight and tomorrow morning. And then we could be doing this again tomorrow night over portions of the northern mid-Atlantic as well. And you can see that it stretches all the way down the spine of the Appalachians here. And we've got some red flag warnings here in Georgia, or Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. Yeah, it's Georgia. And things are lessening up on the riverbeds here across the Mississippi. And again, for today, we've got some, what do we have? Of course, we have wind advisories here in Nevada, Seattle, Washington, actually, Washington, northern and northeastern California, and northwestern Nevada here. And of course, in the southern reaches here, we have red flag warnings. So, a busy day. Honing back in on New Jersey with the latest HRR model guidance. This is the convective available potential, CAPE values here, and the precipitation rate. We see that band of showers and, low top thunderstorms maybe making their way into northeastern New Jersey, the Hudson River Valley area. This afternoon, the atmosphere is going to become quite unstable, as we mentioned, and there's going to be a lot of areas here in the Poconos and northeastern New Jersey that could experience a heavier downpour, maybe some small hail with these storms as the trough axis and cold front comes through. And here's the secondary band coming in into the afternoon, and everything just begins to calm down significantly as we head into the overnight hours here. But this afternoon looks a little bit stormy to me here. And again, pop-up nature, shower and thunderstorm with heavier downpours and a little bit of hail and maybe some lightning as well. High resolution rapid refresh CAPE values here, about below 500 joules per kilogram throughout the afternoon, but there's areas here in northern New Jersey, northeastern New Jersey, the lower Hudson Valley, New York, Connecticut, and up to Boston, which could experience a little bit higher CAPE values. So any of those showers and thunderstorms would be capable of producing some heavier downpours given this factor right here. And again, looking at the composite reflectivity off the HRR model, here comes the instability for the atmosphere this afternoon as the sunshine does come out in spots. And it's popcorn nature, shower and thunderstorm activity here across mostly the northeastern areas here, Pennsylvania, New York State, and the northeast. But, there could be a few thunderstorms around the region at any location, especially northwestern New Jersey and central New Jersey, before everything just begins to collapse. And then we go into a frost and freeze warning tonight. By the way, the temperatures today, not so good. And there are some record low temperatures are possible Tuesday morning again, and we may do this again on Wednesday morning. We're not sure just yet, but here in Central Park, these are the records: 40, 43, 43, 40 in Newark, Islip at 37, and the years. And we could be doing this again tonight and tomorrow morning. We could even be doing this again tomorrow night and Wednesday morning. National high temperatures for today. It's cold across the upper Midwest, the Midwest and the Ohio River Valley area here, and then everything just collapses by tomorrow on Tuesday. Temperatures are still, near normal, actually below normal across the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic states by like 15, 20 degrees. It's still hot in Southern California, but it's cooled down with the new storm system coming in. And if we go back today, the temperatures are going to be in the upper 90s and 100s in this region here. Okay, but everything else is going to start to cool down. By the time we get into Tuesday, temperatures are already cooling in most of California, except the desert southwest here in southeastern California. And all of the heat is here. Cold air is building and moving in. And by the time we get to Wednesday, temperatures are starting to rebound. We have a ridge building in across the Central Plains and the eastern United States, so the temperatures really warm up through the Central Plains and the eastern seaboard. Yahoo! Thursday gets up into the 80s in Florida, 90s in Texas, 100s in Mexico. And the mid-Atlantic begins to warm up ahead of the next cold front, which comes through. We could see temperatures on Friday approaching or exceeding 80 degrees in New Jersey and upper 70s in Connecticut, and down through the Delmarva area. We could have temperatures well into the 80s on Friday, and that's all going to come to a crashing halt. Saturday, temperatures still quite warm here across the northern mid-Atlantic, the southeast, the mid-Atlantic states, and everything's starting to change around, and still above normal temperatures coming up for Sunday, May 17th. National daily high anomalies here. It's like 20, 25, 30 degrees below normal right now in the Central Plains and the Ohio River Valley area for today. That's going to change, and we'll, and by the time we get to Thursday, actually Friday, it's gonna completely reverse itself. And by the time we get to Friday, we're 6 to 10 degrees above normal here in the northern mid-Atlantic. And that trend continues in the 5 to 10 degree range above normal here across the eastern United States on Saturday and Sunday of next week. European model guidance forecast for the week ahead. Here comes a storm through northeastern New York and northern New England with a cold front, and dry cold air comes in behind it, and then high pressure builds in. Temperatures begin to warm up by Wednesday and Thursday with a high overhead. Plenty of sunshine on those days on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Here comes the next cold front through the area, and it's going to be slow and stalling through the mid-Atlantic area as we head into the weekend. So it's going to be unsettled conditions coming up with waves of low pressure along this stalled out frontal boundary across the mid-Atlantic region through the weekend. And that means certain areas are going to reach into the 80s, other areas are going to reach into the 60s, depending on the location of the front at any point during the forecast period, until finally everything begins to clear out next week. So, it's an active pattern going forward here. And then cool, dry air begins to come in again next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but with May sunshine, temperatures should be above normal throughout the forecast region. But plenty of activity still on the way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been up since like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock this morning, so my brain is like fried at this point. No more meteorology for the rest of today. For GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. You make it a great Monday out there. We'll be back in video forecast discussion probably tomorrow. Yeah. Have a great day.